The reason why I feel that my story is important to tell is because a lot of times people with disabilities believe that they no longer have anything to offer because of their disability and because of their limitations. And so what happens is they take on the identity of that particular disability and they lose themselves. And so I believe that my story is important to tell because I am a person with a disability, a chronic disability that there is no cure for, that I have to live with for the rest of my life, so they say. And when you look at me on the outside, you would have no idea that I have such a serious disability. And so I want to tell my story so that others can know that they too can be in the same place, that their disability doesn't have to become their identity, that they can take control over their lives. Again, with God, they can take control over their lives, and they don't have to let whatever that disability is be who they are. And so that's why I believe that my story is important to tell, because if you look at me, I look normal, don't I? Nobody would never know what I'm dealing with and to the intensity that it is. And that's because I took control of my life along with the Holy Spirit. And I made a choice that my disability was not going to identify who I am, but I will tell it who I am. And with Christ, that's what I'm doing. Pretty much in the beginning, I didn't know what was going on with my body. I was dealing with a lot of pain issues and having a lot of difficulty sleeping. I am feeling constant pain, no relief at all. And I'm also experiencing a lot of nerve issues, which means that my body is burning in the inside. I cannot allow anything to touch my skin because of the nerves being affected with the burning feeling. So it's like fire running all through my bones. And so I just went to the doctor for a regular visit, just thinking like, oh, maybe I'm stressed out because of the type of work that I did that required me to work a lot of hours. So I went to the doctor and they tested me for some few things and they couldn't find out anything. And so pretty much they thought that it was something mental. The doctors were saying that I had a mental issue. And so, yeah, I felt humiliated, I was embarrassed, and I was angry. I was very angry because I felt like they didn't believe that I was telling them, that I was feeling these things. So I was very angry, yeah, belittled, yeah. The role that Mike played in all of this is, first of all, Mike didn't even know the intensity of it for a very long time. He finally realized how serious it was and how intense this fibromyalgia was. He played a major part in my healing. In the beginning, because he didn't know, because I didn't share it with him, it was rough between us because he didn't understand what was going on and I wouldn't share it with him. So we were kind of at odds and butting heads, but he couldn't realize what is going on with this woman.
It was very difficult, as she stated earlier, when she didn't let me know what was going on. And I can understand why she didn't. She's a very prideful woman, very strong woman. She does everything, she's used to doing everything on her own, but she's used to being the helper instead of one being helped. And I would go with her to all the doctors. I would always go with her to the doctors, and I would see her crying and telling the doctors what she is experiencing. And they're telling her pretty much that what she's experiencing can't be really factually true. So I would question her. Are you sure you're going through? But I knew this wasn't the woman I married. So it wasn't, I believed her because I know that she would not be trying to make these things up. And I saw the limitations that she was dealing with. But it was still difficult to support her 100% when I did not know what she was really going through. It wasn't until she told me what she was going through. She finally broke down, and that probably took about 4 or 5 years of her dealing with this on her own. And then I had to pray and ask the Lord, okay, now, how do we deal with this?
If I may share, an incident happened where he and I was driving and I blacked out. I froze in the middle of the street behind the car wheel, and he was calling me, my name, and I wasn't answering. So then he realized something was serious. And from that point on, our relationship changed, because now he understood what was really going on with me, and he was very patient in helping me to deal with what I had to deal with and making the necessary changes that needed to be made in order for me to be able to function on a daily basis. A rheumatologist was referred to us, and we went and we saw him. And what he did was a series